Well, everyone, coming back to you today with a short video about the coronavirus. Today is the 22nd of March 2020, and so far, as of right now, the numbers are 308,595 confirmed cases worldwide, 13,069 deaths, and Italy once again topping the charts with 6,557 confirmed new cases yesterday. USA in second place, 4,824 new cases, followed by Spain, Germany, France, each with 3,000, 2,000, 1,000 new cases. And the UK has finally joined the 1,000 cases per day club, so congratulations there. Anyway, that's not necessarily a bad thing, it just means that they're testing more, which is good. They need to test a lot more to find everyone who has the virus. Yesterday in Italy there were 793 deaths, so once again I think that's another new record. So right now Italy is losing so many lives to this virus. It is well out of control. But what I want to talk about today actually has a little bit to do with what's going on in the world. First things first though, yesterday I was not very happy because Hillary went out, and I just wanted to say that yeah, I probably overreacted a little bit. Life should go on, life does go on. People right now in Beijing are out and about, in parks mostly. Although the news is saying that everywhere's back to normal and everyone's back to work, no, they're not. Because we're still at home and most people I know are still either working from home or just not in work right now. Schools haven't started, so my thing is once the schools start, I think that that's when the government here thinks that it's really over. If the schools don't start, then I think as far as Beijing is concerned, it's not over. So I'm just waiting for the schools to start, and then I'll be like, okay, fine. Maybe they've got it under control. Until then, anyway, I shouldn't have been so angry with Hillary, so yeah, I'll let it go. It's just, I don't know if I'm losing my mind or what, but you know, when you've been at home for a month and a half and all you're seeing on the news is crazy, 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 deaths, and it's like, yeah. Something I wanted to talk to you about is one of the stats, and that is, I'll put it on the screen as well so you can see. It's basically just showing, you know, the risk of death. So this is not like a proper death rate, but it's just showing like a risk of death for people who get this coronavirus. So if you're 80 years old and above, the risk of death is about 14.8, let's just say about 14-15%. If you're between 70 to 79 years old, the risk of death is 8%. And then it just goes right down. So let's go to the workforce, let's say. So 20 to 29, the risk of death is 0.2%. And if we're going up to, you know, most countries retire somewhere around 60 something. So let's use the top bracket here, 60 to 69 years old. The risk of death is 3.6%. So that's for death. But you know, there's probably a lot more dangerous things in our daily lives, right? Like crossing the road. What's the risk of death for crossing the road? Like, what's the percentage for that? I'm sure that's pretty high as well. And I'm sure also that goes up with age because you can't run as fast. And then, you know, most of the people who have died from this are people who have their immune systems compromised. So they have underlying conditions or pre-existing medical conditions, such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, chronic respiratory disease, hypertension, cancer, or other. And even then, the risk of death, the estimated risk of death is, for the worst, is like 10.5%. So although this thing is kind of getting way out of control and spreading like crazy, and a lot of people have it, but as they've said, most people who get it will just have mild symptoms, like a cough, a cold, a runny nose, etc. Or a runny nose. I'm not sure if a runny nose is one of the symptoms, but anyway, most people who get it will just have mild symptoms, and it will just, your immune system will kick in and just fight it off and you'll be fine. But you could be counted as a positive case, as one of those 300,000 cases. So are we overreacting in terms of making the economies grind to a halt? I've been thinking about that since last night when I was reading the comments and, you know, reflecting on my overreaction with Hillary. And I was just thinking, are we all overreacting? This virus is mostly successful with the older people and also people with pre-existing conditions. So maybe instead of closing everything down, what we should actually do is prevent those people who are at risk from being exposed. So the elderly and the ones with pre-existing conditions, they should be the ones who are isolated, locked up. Not locked up, you know what I mean? They should be the ones who are staying at home, while the rest of the population, maybe Boris Johnson wasn't crazy after all. The more I think about it, you know, herd immunity, because if most people who get it just have mild symptoms and don't even develop the pneumonia, then should we really be shutting everything down? Pre-existing conditions, yes. Elderly, yes. They should be, you know, taken out of this scenario. School kids, probably only if they are frequently having contact with parents or family members who have pre-existing conditions or who are elderly. Yes, they should be off. But the rest of us, should we all be at home? Should we all stop working? I just don't know. I'm just thinking about it now, and it's just, yeah. What if I went out tomorrow and got infected? I'm just wondering, like, what would my situation be? I don't want to risk it, of course. I'm not going to take that chance, but what would my situation be? I'm just really curious. I'm healthy, you know, I don't have anything that I know of. I don't usually go to the hospital. I don't take any medication. I'm not in any of the age brackets that they say are at risk. I know it can affect young people as well, but it's just, what's the risk, you know? And what would happen if I got it? Would I just have a cough? Would I have a fever for a couple of days? Is it going to be like the flu to my body? I know it's not like the flu. It spreads like crazy and it kills much faster than the flu would. If someone with those existing conditions got it, it would kill them much faster. But I guess I'm just trying to balance this off. Like, am I overreacting? Are we as a society overreacting? Is the world overreacting? Something that can attack people who are 80 and above, which is most things, let's be honest. 80 and above, you know, unless you are super healthy and 80 and above, then yeah, okay. But if you're the average 80 and above person, it doesn't take much for your body to get into critical condition. You know, a bad cold can set you going. You know, it starts with a cold, then it ends up being that, then it ends up being that. Chain reaction. So 80 and above. And people with pre-existing conditions. People with pre-existing conditions get the second thing, and that, it doesn't matter what it is, if it's coronavirus or not. You know, that could be the end of that. So I'm not sure if, as we get more and more numbers, more and more stats about this, maybe we'll start to, you know, protect the ones at risk and let the rest of society get on with life. Because there is also the other thing, you know, we're all off work, we're all quarantining and locking down the countries and stopping flights and stopping everything. What if this thing doesn't go away? What if there is no cure? People are saying they're working on a vaccine, it should be available in 12 months. Well, what if it's not? There's no vaccine, there's no cure for AIDS, and that's been around for how many years, right? Why is this one any different? Why are we just going to be able to cure this one in 12 months? What if we can't? Are we just going to stay inside forever? So the more I think about it, might as well just, I don't know, should we just get it over and done with? Everyone get exposed? Just protect the elderly and the ones with pre-existing conditions, and just everyone else, just, you know, just be aware that you're going to feel very unwell for a little while. I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm not giving up. I don't want to give up. I'm not going to try and get myself exposed, but I'm just reflecting, I'm just thinking, are we overreacting? Are we? Okay, today's video, no news really, that's all. Just thoughts, random thoughts. So let me know what you think, and I will speak to you again tomorrow with some news and updates. All right, bye-bye.